folks. Right. Right, we've got the music on the go. Oh. I'm not sure if it's actually playing. I can't tell. It's not showing up. I think it's quite quiet at the moment, but even so, I can't. Oh, there we go. It doesn't really pick up. Or the I can't remember the sound bar graph, whatever the fuck it's called, wasn't showing up before the bass kicked in. Okay. Or the drum. That's a drum. Okay, I'm just stupid. Right. So, we made some good progress last time. We wrote one of the second opening encounter with Victor Corvin. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I had to sort of invent like a thing that he gives you, because the one, like, because I realized in like the if you do the Heist of Rare Reckoning, you have two benefits. You have the upside of having an explicit ally inside the mansion in Lady Crimson when you meet her, or Charlotte Arena as her sort of fake name is. And then on the flip side, whilst I haven't written it yet, the upside you have in the Heist of Forefathers is that the second heist is the brother, like the estranged brother of the barrister who used to live at the manor, so he can give the party a map of the mansion of how he remembers it. Spoiler alert, the map that he gives the party is slightly wrong, specifically in the second and third floor, where the barrister's like sort of redone the house a bit, where like the upstairs floors used to be like pretty much exclusively like for the family, whereas she's like converted like the second floor into like just her office exclusively, and the third floor has like been redone a bunch as well. So that I've made more work for myself by saying like, oh, I need to like do a map, but I don't really need to do an extra map. It's basically like he's going to give them like a doodle, like he's going to doodle something on a napkin, and give it to them of like, this is what the mansion looks like. This is how I remember it. And he will also be able to point them to the dumbwaiter. Because of course the mansion has a dumbwaiter, because dumbwaiters are the coolest thing ever. Just like I've never seen a house with a dumbwaiter in it, and I want to see one. I want to have a dumbwaiter. That sounds awesome. It's so convenient. Just put a bunch of shit in a thing and just do a little. Nowadays they would all be electric, but or they'd be motorized, but which is probably much safer than accidentally letting go of a rope and dropping your soup down two floors and having a fucking bowl explode on impact and coat your dumbwaiter in soup. But even so, but yeah, today I want to write this last introduction encounter, and I also, if I can, I want to write the gathering intel section where the players can spend downtime doing various bits and pieces, asking around town and just various people about what they know about the estate. We're a little behind my sort of proposed schedule, but I'm trying to keep myself on a really, really sort of like, I'm trying to rush myself a little bit because my sort of proposed deadline, as it were, so I can give an editor like enough time to look through everything, is like next weekend or something like that. It's like next Friday, I think. Next Sunday, even. It's next Sunday. And yeah, that's gonna be a lot. Um, oh, hang on. I just realized I oh, hang on. I need to. That noise is me powering off my Alexa because in about 15 minutes it's going to remind me to post the spellbook because it does that at like 3 p.m. every day. I don't want it to do that, so I'm just going to turn it off. Right, so this encounter begins the heist of Forefathers and features the characters being approached by Rico Algerone. I feel like this one is going to be a lot shorter just because it kind of skips straight to the chase. But, it's tall, rail thin man. Hey, let me get like a description, like a physical description of him, because I don't remember specifically what I had him look like. I remember loosely, but it's a tall, rail thin man. Just a rail thin man dressed in a moth-eaten suit. Dressed in a moth-eaten suit. What color are... Because, the barrister's art is the only one that's finished at the moment. Because AJ's been ill this past week. Well, just for writing, this is just Google Docs. I just I have a Google style to it's Google Drive. It's just CSS to make it not look like shit. Though it does have one amusing side effect. Let me just get like a random it does that to images. It's because it's literally negative spacing all of the whole web page, and I can't get it to not do it to images, which is very funny. Yeah, Google Docs is good. It is. I would say Google Docs and Google Sheets are this close to being at a point where they make Microsoft Office completely redundant. They don't have a lot of the, for like your average person, owning Microsoft Office now is completely unneeded. Like, you just straight up, it's pointless. If you have any kind of use for the more technical ends of something like Excel or Word, like you need very specific kinds of like styling, word processing, robust search and replace, you still want Microsoft Office. Same goes for like you want Excel macros or like really complicated function trees and shit like that. But otherwise, just fucking use Google Docs and Google Sheets. They're just as good. Like, I still have Office, and I still use it. But for your average stuff, I'd use Google Docs. Also, live editing that actually is live, that's nice. Because Office kind of sort of has it, but it's nowhere near as robust as, actual genuine live editing that Google Docs and Google Sheets have. I'm fairly certain Google Slides has it as well. Google Slides is a bit shit, I will say that. Google PowerPoint is orders of magnitude better, but the full name will be... I think Word handles large word counts better than Google Docs does. In my experience, Word definitely does reach critical mass after a while, but I think that's more down to your computer, whereas Google Docs will slow to a crawl once it reaches a certain point. Like, if I look at like one of my like I've released a couple Ravenloft books as tie-ins to Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. I've released two. Both of them are the kind of size where Google Docs is crying a little when it is trying to do things, whereas have had I've been live editing a Word document that's like a novel, like I've edited like someone's novel before, and it is, it's a novel. It's like 130,000 words, and Microsoft Office handled it relatively well. If I remember correctly, at least it may not have done, to be perfectly honest with you, but I remember it handling it okay. Let me see if I can find how big is one of these documents, because they are big. Yeah, like 101 pages. Yeah, so I use Google Drive as my sort of cloud storage of choice, just because it's just better than OneDrive. OneDrive is terrible. It's really bad. But Google Drive is fantastic. I did use Git for a while. Git was really fun to use. I enjoyed using Git. Um, um, but yeah, it very quickly became like someone telling me like, hey, you do realize Git has like a 500 megabyte or it's like a 1 gig resource limit, and I was like, wait, what do you mean? um and yeah, turns out Word documents take up a lot more space than like, you know a fucking like a JSON file or some shit that you use for web development, um or what have you. Nothing around, just follow. Just stood before you is a tall, rail-thin man dressed in a moth-eaten suit. His dark grey hair slicked back behind his head. Oh, I was wondering why I was like filling in the blanks completely. Falls down to his shoulders, while a formerly well-groomed beard frames a gaunt face beset with worry. He stands stiff as a board, his dark eyes unblinkingly darting about, as if he expects an assailant to leap out at any moment. Um, I realize I've made this guy like a nervous wreck without really like intending to, but it kind of it gives him a bit of character, which I kind of like. Um, just replying to a message because I'm going out this evening, like an hour after this, because I'm going to be streaming till about 5 o'clock. Right. The man is somewhat awkward. Oh no, the man is somewhat. The man is. Um, prompted, he gets straight to the point. Detailing the following information, entirely forgetting to introduce himself. That's asked out. Right. Okay, so. Yeah, sort of ended up like characterizing Rico as sort of very awkward and like not socially like apt, which makes an amount of sense. Hmm. Hmm. Right, where was I? Oh, that was what I was looking for. It's my NPC plans. Um, I've lost my place. There we go. Spent the last 30 years trying to piece together evidence on the murder of his father. He speaks with a nervous. He speaks with a. He watched the person responsible, Barrister Rita Algerone, kill him. break into the home of Barrister Algerone. He asks the characters to break into the home of Barrister Algerone. And search the home for evidence. To break into the home of Barrister Algerone and search. The man promises Oh, I've got the O. No, I think I'm going to do... Hmm. Um. Hmm. She ordered an alteration to her after she killed. Yeah, I don't want him to stutter too much. Anything I could submit to an investigator? Hmm. Ethic might have something. Anything I can submit to an investigator. Um. Yeah, we're almost at the end of this already. This is much shorter, but that's because I haven't had to write like 2 big blocks of descriptive text. This is probably like 700 words. No, it's not even 500 yet. Yeah, the whole thing's probably going to be about 700 words. It's about half the length of the other two, which makes my life a lot easier, which is nice. I'm just going to copy this across just as like a means of oh no, I still need that. Additionally, characters may roll in Nintendo's history to see how much they know. Barrister's going to a gala in a week's time. I kind of like that he. No, you know what? No. She has a very big dog. It's terrifying. I kind of like him. He focuses on the dog more. He's more scared of the dog. Characters may roll an intelligence to see how much they know about. Rita and Ricardo Jr. Barrister Ricardo Alderaan Sr. was a reasonably well-known. Was a reasonably well-known lawyer of some wealth. Kind of the noble background. I'm trying to think of a DC 10, because they all do DC 10, 15, and 20. I'm trying to think of, like, what minor piece, because there's not really much to know. Huh. I might put this in like this and stick that in red text. It'll come up as blue, but whatever. Resources. Oh, that's a thing. Old Boulder would probably actually know who works there. Let's go here. Well, mercenaries. Um, I'll probably add this in here as well, because it's probably, they prefer they keep their hands clean so as to keep the heat off the case. That is important. Uh, yeah, Rico's whole thing is that he's the least. He has the least resources of the three employers, so he can't really give them a lot. But his heist is arguably the easiest of the three. Like reclamation, or the heist of Whitefire is definitely the hardest. And I imagine all the heist of Red Reckoning, which is the one with Old Boulder, is sort of the middle ground. The objective of the adventure is to meet like Lady Crimson, and then she will direct them down, like back down a floor to get into the records room and to find a specific case file number, like in her filing system, and then get the fuck out. Whereas, like, the Heist of Whitefire is by far the hardest one, because they basically have to find her secret vault, with because you, like, in the Heist of Forefathers, which is this one, the one that I'm writing the introduction to now, you have an ally in the building, or you can make an ally with the butler, Maximilian Marfront. In the Heist of Red Reckoning, you have Lady Crimson. Both objectives are relatively simple. They involve you going to one or two locations that are not particularly far away from each other and finding a piece of information. Whereas the Heist of Whitefire involves you finding where the painting is and successfully stealing it, bearing in mind it is a painting, like, it's quite big. Oh, I was gonna, they'll describe the family butler, Maximilian Marfront. See Appendix B. Additionally, Rico Additionally, Rico offers to draw them a simple map of the estate. His map is crude but informative. However, unknown to Rico, his sister refurbished much of the second and third floors of the estate some 25 years ago, and much of that portion of his map is incorrect. Oh, I say, welcome in. Yeah, aside from, the entire hobby imploding, things are going pretty okay. I've been sort of streaming pretty much every day for the past 3 days, for a few hours, working on the introduction to this adventure, and I have almost finished the final introduction encounter. I have one other thing I want to do in the stream today, which will be going and writing this gathering intelligence section here. Right. I did do a very I did do a little bit of work on flour on Monday, I think. Was it Monday? I think it was Monday. I did like a little bit of work on flour. I did a redesign of the Tri-Flower Frond and the... I say I redesigned the Yellow Musk Creeper. I didn't actually have to change that much. It was kind of fine. It's actually kind of interesting. It's very scary as a monster. Monsters just straight up just kill you. Like if it drops you to 0 hit points, you just die. Yeah, it's pretty fucking gnarly. So now we need, I think it's, yeah, just developments. So we go there. Developments. The characters are satisfied. Oh, hey, let me read the other development sections. It's if the character, yeah, if the characters. It'll return. Morning after the gala. He's not quite sure they'll find anything before departing. Any tea left? I don't. I might use this opportunity to take a break for sort of 5-10 minutes or so. How long is this? I reckon this is probably only like 700. Yeah, it's like 700. It's like half the length of the other two. Just because I haven't written like these whole extra segments, because it's like in the other two, the employers send them letters or whatever, like contact them and ask them to come to them, whereas Rico comes to the characters and says, hey, please help. They're all sort of like have their own thing where like Victor's thing is that he invites them out for dinner, he pays for the dinner, like he's a nice guy, and a lot of players will go, I think this guy's kind of suspect, when actually he is actually like a fairly like a reasonably genuine dude. And obviously like Old Boulder is a scary mafia don, like you probably shouldn't trust him. Whereas Rico is just kind of a guy. Like he is a nervous guy. Yeah, I do like yeah, the I think I mentioned in the stream, but I've sort of canonized large races in my home game. I still yet to have someone actually play one, but they are like available player races in my home game. Like centaurs are large now, minotaurs are large, ogres are a player race, and I've fallen in love with ogres just as like the way I sort of recontextualize ogres is monster manual ogres are still a thing, where they are big dumb idiots who are incredibly stupid. But I specifically made it so that most ogres aren't like that. Most ogres are just kind of dudes. They're just big dudes. And like ogres are like some ogres are cursed to become like scary idiot monsters. I think it's called the phage, where they can just like develop the phage in their adolescence, and they will basically devolve into raving murderous lunatics, which is, you know, to ogres is like, and where is it? Here we go. The phage. When an ogre reaches adolescence, they have a small chance of manifesting the phage, a genetic curse that attaches to the ogre's brain like a parasite and drives them mad. Victims of the phage suffer severe cognitive decline, greatly increased aggression and appetite, and an insatiable desire to harm others. These changes begin as strange, dizzy feelings and blackouts, followed by outbursts of aggression, bleeding from the face, before progressing to a slow onset to its mental effects. The phage's effects on the brain often exhibit physical changes in the ogre, such as stunted growth of the eyes, resulting in adult ogres with small, very small, beady eyes, or spinal problems that lead to long, hunched necks. I did basically the same thing. Well, not the same thing with gnolls, but like gnolls in 1D&D are being sort of recontextualized as like demonic creatures, specifically that they're classified as humanoid. And WotC are like, no. Gnolls are monsters. They're not. They are like, people don't regard gnolls in the same fashion they do like goblins. Like people think it's kind of problematic to say all goblins and orcs are evil, which I largely agree with. But gnolls are different because they are literally the spawn of a demon lord. Like Yeenoghu bled. Like it's weird because Groomsh and the orcs, it's literally the same story, but Groomsh is a god who happens to be evil, whereas a demon bleeding his demonic blood and hyenas drinking the evil demonic blood and becoming evil hyena monsters makes a lot more sense than God who is evil bleeds and the people who come out of his blood are just evil by nature, even though they're just dudes. Whereas I'm sort of more of the opinion that, like, my version of gnolls is most gnolls are, like, basically mental, like, under the mental sway of Yeenoghu. Their like, minds are poisoned by him, but if they can be free of him, they're just dudes, like, they're just normal guys. So you have smaller subsections of free gnolls who take great pride in being free of Yeenoghu and are, you know, like, well, they're regular people. Like, some of them are shitty people because they're people, but they're still just, you know, they're just dudes. They go out and they live their lives in like family-oriented packs and stuff like that. Yeah, like where's the phage? Yeah. While the phage can be cured through a greater restoration spell or greater magic, its cognitive effects cannot be reversed except by a wish spell. Most ogre communities don't have access to the greater restoration spell, nor the monetary means to pay a priest to cast it on their children, so the overwhelming majority of phage victims cannot be cured before it's too late. As such, those that inhibit the signs of the phage are often killed by their fellow tribesmen as a ritual death known as the Kind Silence. Those that refuse this act are banished. No ogre knows where the phage comes from. Some believe that the phage is the will of a fell god who the ogres can never truly escape, while others believe the curse was placed upon them by other humanoids in an attempt to destroy them. And the ogres are they're just dudes. They're just guys. I was basically inspired to make ogres a player race by Maggie Keeneyes, who is one of the members of the rival adventuring party in Call of the Netherdeep. And I really like Maggie as a character. I think she's a genuinely really fucking interesting character. All of the rivals in Call of the Netherdeep are so well written. Like, Call of the Netherdeep has a lot of like conceptual problems as an adventure, but it's still worth running just because of how cool the rivals are. They're so likable and so well realized as characters. They have distinct personalities and character arcs and sort of detailed thoughts and emotions and relationships with each other that's never really outright explained to you as a DM. Like, it's never, but it's so easy to infer because they're so well presented as characters. I absolutely adore the rivals in Call of the Netherdeep. But yeah, I'm trying to think what other large races. Oh, hang on. There's ogres, minotaurs, and centaurs, but I do have on my sort of short list, I want to put yak folk, because yak folk are cool as fuck. I love yak folk. They're presented in such a cool way. They're like evil wizards inexplicably, and I think they're fantastic. I just really like the idea of like, this is my guy. I'm a 2x2 guy, and being like an ogre barbarian sounds amazing fun. Like, one of the characters I desperately want to play is an ogre vanguard. A vanguard is a class made by Taran Pounds. It's really interesting. An ogre vanguard who's sort of like a knight, like Siegward from the first Dark Souls. I think there's so many Siegs. I guess the other Onion Knight, like Katarina's guy from Dark Souls 3, works as well. But he's sort of, it is I, like he talks like that and will charge. He's like, I will find honor in the heat of battle, like that guy. Sort of a combination of him and like Reinhardt, which I think it just sounds amazing fun to play. Add some sort of depth to that character, and I say that like Siegward and Reinhardt don't already have like fucking miles of character depth because they're really simple but well realized characters. Fucking love Reinhardt. Like, genuinely, like, Overwatch writing is like all over the fucking place, but Reinhardt is like chef's kiss character writing. He's so good. They're a little inconsistent sometimes. They don't present him in quite the way. See, I wrote off D.Va for a really long time. It's just like a boring, just like character that's just devoid of fun. And then right before Overwatch 2 came out, I ended up putting like 10 hours into her, and I had so much fun doing it. I D.Va just kind of clicked for me. I still don't really play her that much, but like she sort of clicked for me as like, oh no, I don't dislike this character. This character's actually quite fun. Yeah. I was a Doom main. I still am a Doom. I survived through Overwatch 2 1.1. I played Doomfist during the dark times. That's cool. I like that. I've never really considered doing that for Mind Flayers, just because I consider like the sort of inherent horror of a Mind Flayer is kind of lost. I treat like fiends and aberrations especially, I feel like they need to not necessarily just be evil, but be inscrutable. They need to be scary, and it's just like a difference in approach. It's like I want, even if beholders are inherently kind of goofy, they're still fucking terrifying because of how violently neurotic and like arrogant and self-absorbed they are. Like, you can play that for comedy, but at the same time it's comedy with a side order of like genuine fear, because you never know what a beholder is going to do. You never know if a beholder's just going to snap and decide to kill you. Like, yeah, like I like the kind of like inscrutable evil, like an evil creature that is not evil for any reason that is comprehensible. It's not that they're just evil, it's that like they are harmful. It's their very nature is harmful to you. They don't enjoy doing evil shit. They don't like doing evil. It's not something they enjoy. It's simply the way that they are and the way that they live is by its very nature harmful to others. And like, evil to people is anything that is harmful to them. Right? Like, war is generally considered evil because it is harmful. Like, unless you have a very, very good fucking reason for going to war, like, it's a morally evil thing to do. And creatures like mind flayers are evil because it's in their very nature to reproduce by body snatching you, and that's harmful, and therefore mind flayers are evil. Which is I think is like my personal favorite, like, sort of interpretation of evil as like evil is like an abstract concept, where it's actually like very simple, and not particularly abstract at all, whilst also being very abstract. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to take that break I was talking about now. I say I haven't actually read any of like the lore stuff in Murdiverse. Like, I really like a lot of the new stat blocks. They've grown on me. They provide a lot of sort of new technology for monsters that the old books didn't really allow for, or didn't really set up a framework for. But I've not really read any lore stuff. A lot of it is like the same thing but more, or like kind of weird backpedaling on some things for not really much reason. But yeah, whatever. Either way, I'm going to take that break I was talking about now. I will be back in like 5 minutes. I'm going to go get, I'm going to probably just go make some tea and whatnot. When I come back, I'm going to start writing the Gathering Intel section, and then I'll probably, I'm going to try and write the entirety of the Gathering Intel section if I can. Because the characters have a week, get to use downtime activities. That's going to be cool. I'm going to make like some factoids that they can find out about the barrister and about her like estate. Like, they can like scout the estate and learn some bits and pieces about it. Oh god, fucking everything. Oh, right. I will be back in 5 minutes. See you in a sec. I'm back. Before we carry on, I am going to go post a spell book, because I haven't done that today and I need to. Oh, that was a thing I needed to do today, which was write more spell books. Fuck. Well, that's a new job for tonight, I guess. Couldn't find a good one for gravity sinkhole, so I ended up like finding just like the closest thing to like a black hole, and ended up being Chalice of the Void, which I wasn't particularly happy about, but the art's really nice. So sometimes I really struggle to find art for cards, like weirdly so. Like cards I really shouldn't struggle to find art for. All of the earthquake adjacent cards were just like straight up was like it was a fucking nightmare to find art for them. Like genuinely was a nightmare. Let me just go to my Twitter real quick. Go find the link to I always forget. Oh yeah, I posted Spellbook kind of late yesterday, so I don't actually have to scroll that far. That's nice. And time to put a little thing at the end telling Watsy to go piss off. Yeah, sure. I'll give it a quick look over before I press on. I won't be able to spend too long on it because I do want to finish up at like 5 o'clock today because I have some stuff to do. I want to like make dinner. Because I'm following an age-old English tradition this evening, and I'm going to Spoons. So which is probably yeah. I'm trying to think. Like I don't think to my knowledge, I don't think that means anything to any of you. I don't think. I would assume. Does Wetherspoons exist outside of the UK? I assume not. Yeah, no, it's just in the UK and Ireland. So yeah, that's not surprising. Nope. Almost done. Yeah, basically every other pub here is a Wetherspoons, and they are cheap and shit. But 3 pints of cider for a £5, that's pretty good. Like, that's actually, like, really, really good. The cider's not bad either. It's usually name brand stuff. Like, it's pretty alright. tried to drink some of that, and it was fucking piping hot, so never mind. But, so I don't really like S-balls that much. I mean, like, looking at like, yeah, no, I've had S-balls, but I'm not really that fussed by it, I must say. Strongbow do some decent stuff. I like Strongbow. Strongbow's alright. Definitely, I haven't had that. Yeah, so my attitude to alcohol is like, if it's not a pleasant thing to drink, then I don't want to drink it. You know, like, what's the point? You know, I like ingest food and drink to enjoy it. So like, what's the point in drinking something that I don't like? They have 1 week to prepare. During that time, they will likely wish to gather. They will likely wish to gather intelligence on the barrister, individuals under her employ, and her estate. C page, I'm not sure which. Let's go find out. Oh, whoops. Where's Zanny's? There it is. Zanny. Go to DM's tools. Downtime revisited. It's in the research section. Research is on page 132. Or by scoping out her estate. From each activity are as follows. Research. Oh, um, or her employees. Will likely take a character. Will likely take a character most of the week. Yeah, sure. I'll take a look in a sec. Regardless, either activity will take a character most of the week. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. They instead grant another creature let me just sort out these DCs, or these tables even. Right, I'm sorry, I'm just replying to a message. I got warned of like a closure of various roads in town. By the sounds of things, someone got stabbed, which is pretty average for where I live. I once I once followed a sticky blood trail on my route into town from where someone got shivved and ran halfway and like sprinted away. It was a lot. Like that was probably like 300 meters of blood spatter. It was like, damn. Hope that dude's okay. This is like average irrelevant British town moment, because man, I say that this shit happens in London all the fucking time. I guess it's the shit irrelevant bits of London, so that's where all the gangs do their gang things, because no one cares. When I went to college, I was told there was a gang in my postcode, and I straight up didn't know. Still never seen any evidence of them, not once. I say that there are drug deals that go on down my street all the fucking time, but like I don't know whether that's gang shit or just regular drug dealing. I don't know. I make it sound like where I live is the roughest place in the world, and it really isn't. But I say that. Most of it isn't. Most of it isn't. Let's go here and then go here. This and this. Right. Let's take a look at oh yeah, like county lines and all that. I don't live at a port though, so I'm lucky for that. It's all the seaside towns that get it real bad. I could not tell you why, but it's always the tourist trapped seaside towns that get full of like absolutely chock full of drugs. Right, let's have a look. Abominable might by proficient in unarmed strikes when you make an. You are already proficient in unarmed strikes. I believe that is a default. Whilst they are not considered simple weapons, every character is proficient in unarmed strikes. Hang on, let me see if Leiston is, because I always confuse Leiston. Yeah, Leiston is exactly where I'm thinking of. I know someone from Leiston, and I know someone else who went to school in Leiston. Well, I know two people who went to school in Leiston. I've never been to Leiston. I've been near Leiston. I've been to Saxmundham before, but I've never been to Leiston. But that does not surprise me. I know Leiston has like an insane boarding school in it, and that's probably where a lot of the drugs come from. To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not quite convinced it's gang stuff. I think it's the weird it's the weird boarding school. Ninja Charisma. Yeah, I would definitely give this sort of the monk thing, where it's a D4 for the damage rolls of your unarmed strikes, and yeah, you don't need this because everyone is proficient in unarmed strikes for whatever reason. Your additional appendage gives to you by the patron. Oh, right, okay. I would strongly recommend looking at Beast Barbarian. That will probably be a good metric for gauging power for this. Because I think looking at it, This one is, without even reading the other two, this one is the best one. So categorically, this one is the best one. Another thing you're going to struggle with is making any of these abilities better than just being a blaster warlock without making it so busted that it's completely insane. Also, there's no U in monstrosity, which is kind of irrelevant, but whatever. I kind of like this. This is interesting. That this is not really a tech that any of the other warlocks use, but I think it's appropriate here. Also, honestly, I would just give them straight up extra attack with the Beast Slim. I would just do that, really. Or alternatively, make it so that you can attack with your, whenever you cast a cantrip or whenever you cast Eldritch Blast. I don't know. It needs to weave into regular warlock play. I think that's probably the biggest sort of shackle per se, sort of holding this back. But yeah, the I will obviously once you've sort of developed this a bit more, I'll be perfectly happy to take another look at it. Right, let's fill out this lore section now. Yeah, sure thing. The It's a 6-story building of considerable size. So what kind of information can they learn about the... It definitely should be a D4, I think, because it doing no damage just makes it kind of terrible. So estate law would be 2 pieces of law would be the rest are refurbished. The barrister heavily refurbished the second and third floors. Most notably to turn the second floor into a giant office. The estate's attic is boarded up because it's haunted. What's a sort of simple piece of lore? Yeah, it seems interesting. Obviously, concentrating on two spells at once is crazy, but I think with the limitations of Warlock, it might not be too insane. It should definitely be a thing that you can only do once per day. That's for sure. Or maybe alternatively, you can't lose concentration from spells as a result of damage. That might be another way of like you've got two minds focusing on the spell at once, which could be interesting. Um, I feel like this should be number 2 because this information isn't actually very helpful. Like the information is just kind of not very useful. There are rumors that the barrister Oh, I have an alternate. I have a better idea. D6. Well, not D6. Let's do like a D4 because that's more sane. Roll on or choose from. No, choose from the relevant lore tables to determine what the characters learn. Rerolling duplicates. No, not duplicates. Duplicates. I'm not sure if I'll get a chance to finish this before I want to stop, but realistically this section isn't particularly long, like it's fairly simple. So I think I will look at filling out this lore another time, and I will go here now and go do 3 and do, what is it called? Can do so by deprive homeowners. Deprive homeowners, shopkeepers, guards. By making the following DC 15 ability checks. Let me go look at crime real quick, because that's usually my go-to. Dexterity, stealth, charisma, performance, and charisma, deception. Oh, it should be the other way around. Oh, wait, no, it should be wisdom, perception, and the players. Oh, charisma, deception. Charisma, performance. Charisma, deception. Charisma, disguise kit. Charisma, performance. What would be the other one? Those are probably, it should probably just be those three, really. Wisdom perception and the player's choice of. Or maybe forgery, that's a good one. Intelligence, forgery kit, charisma, deception, charisma, disguise kit, or charisma performance. Yeah, forgery is very cool. For success, roll on or choose from. From the stakeout table, ignoring duplicates. I mean, yeah, basically. It's pretty good. Attempt to scope out. Instead of each character making their own checks, each character may choose one or more of the checks to make. To represent the efforts of the group. If multiple characters attempt to scope out the estate, instead of each character making their own checks, each character chooses one or more of the checks. Representing the efforts of the group. Okay, there we go. The stakeout table. putting a note there because I haven't made any mention of the City Watch. Stand guard on the outside. This is standard practice for the vast majority of city officials. So I haven't sort of filled out this lore as much as I wanted to, but that is something I can easily do in my own time. Potentially tonight, maybe tomorrow. But I think I'm gonna finish up there because I've gotten a lot done today. I'm very happy with what I've got. This whole adventure is currently it's 6,000 words. That's not as bad as I thought. The actual adventure itself, like the core of chapter 2, will probably be about will probably be about this long. Will probably be about 7,000-8,000 words. I'm going to be hopefully making a start on that tomorrow. I'm going to try, he says try, to start on the map tonight as well. And the map is either going to be a really fun time for me to do on my own, or I'm going to be tearing my hair out in anguish. And I could not even begin to tell you which that is going to be. I hope, really fucking hope, it is the former, but I don't know. I don't know at all. But yeah, I am going to head off here because I need to, go upload the VOD. I need to, go make food, and then I need to, get ready and go out. I basically need to, sort food and, post the VOD in the next sort of 45 minutes or so. So yeah, I'm going to, probably about half an hour, really, but again, that's more than enough time. Either way, I hope folks enjoy themselves. I will probably be seeing people tomorrow. Or I will probably be starting at around the same sort of time, between sort of 2 and 3, and I will go again probably until about 5 o'clock to give myself some time before I run my game. I'll probably be doing the same thing on Friday, and I am busy all weekend. The map should be okay. I made a map recently because I've been running Red Hand of Doom. I'll happily sort of show that off a bit. 'Cause I'm actually quite proud of that. I think it looks alright. Especially for the first time I've really made a battle map in Incarnate ever. Hang on. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the map I made of Wrath Keep, which I think looks pretty aight. It's not the most, robust map in the world, but I think it works. It does its job. I then proceeded to make one for Skull Gorge Bridge, which isn't quite as good, but I'm still relatively happy with. It doesn't look like shit, at least. But yeah. Yeah, I'm actually very happy with the Wrathkeep map. I think it's cool. But, yeah. Hopefully, it ends up looking a bit like that. Just a bit, it's just a very in-depth map, because it's quite a heavily, furnished and detailed mansion with 6 floors, and yeah, I'm not really ready to make a 6-story building, but I kind of have to. So, admittedly, the first floor is mostly just a mezzanine, but even then, it is gonna be so difficult to actually to do. It's gonna take me fucking ages. Luckily, I actually do have way longer to do the map than I do to do the rest. I have until I want to release on the 14th of February, so I have nearly a month to do the map, which is good, because I think I might need it. But yeah, I'm gonna head off here. Hope folks enjoy themselves. I'll probably see people tomorrow. See ya.